Okay, so ready to dive in.
Absolutely.
All right, fantastic. So today we're embarking on a bit of a spooky journey.
Ooh,
Yeah. We're heading down to South Africa to investigate the legend of, get this, a ghostly train.
a ghostly train.
Yeah, a ghostly train.
Okay, I'm intrigued already.
Right. Now imagine this. You're in the middle of the South African veld. It's night. The moon is out. Everything is still and silent.
Okay, yeah, I can picture it. It's pretty barren out there.
Yeah, totally barren. And just when you think it can't get any more desolate, you hear it. The rumble of a train. But here's the thing. There are no tracks.
Whoa, hold on, no tracks.
No tracks. Spooky, right?
That's more than spooky. That's unsettling.
Yeah, definitely unsettling. And that's exactly what we're going to be exploring today.
All right, I'm all ears. So, why do we even begin with something like this?
Well, we're going to be diving into a collection of excerpts from The Tale of the Ghostly Train. It's a story, or really a collection of stories and accounts, that has been passed down through generations of Afrikaner families.
So, a story ingrained in the culture.
Exactly. And our mission today is to figure out what is the story behind this phantom train, and why has it captivated people for so long?
Okay, I mean, just thinking about it, the setting itself is prime for a good ghost story, right?
Absolutely. The isolation and the vastness of the veldt. It's like the perfect backdrop for the lines between the real and supernatural to get all blurry.
Yeah, totally. And it's not just the setting, right? There's a historical context here that just amplifies everything. We're talking about a time when the South African mines were booming. Workers were coming in from everywhere.
Right. And how are they getting to these remote locations, these mines, many of them deep in the mountains or even underground?
Trains, right?
Trains, the lifeline of the mining industry.
It's fascinating, because trains, especially back then, represented progress, connection.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they also represented danger, isolation.
Right, especially in a place like the veldt. Essential, but also, a potential source of accidents, isolation, even death.
Exactly.
And then we add on top of all that these stories of families hearing the rumble of tracks, but the tracks aren't even there anymore. It's like a phantom train echoing from the past. I don't know about you, but I'd be pretty freaked out to hear that out in the veldt.
Oh, absolutely. What's interesting to me is that this ghost train idea, it's not unique to South Africa.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There are stories of phantom vehicles all over the world. You've got ghost ships haunting seafaring communities. You've got spectral carriages in old European towns.
Nah.
It seems like these stories often crop up in places where people have faced hardship, where, the line between life and death felt a little thin.
That's a good point. Makes you think, doesn't it? What is it about these modes of transportation that lends themselves to these types of stories?
Right. I mean, are they just ways for people to cope with loss? Or could there be something more? Like, is it our fascination with the unknown? What do you think?
I think it's probably a bit of both, wouldn't you say?
Hey.
I mean, these stories tap into our anxieties, our fears, but also, our curiosity about what we don't understand. They're a way for us to explore these mysteries of life and death.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they let us grapple with the things we just can't explain. And it's interesting, right, how these stories often have specific details that just add another layer to the mystery.
Oh, like what?
Well, with the ghostly train, for example, some people say they see these faint lights moving along the old rail lines, or they hear the whistle of the locomotive in the dead of night.
That's chilling.
It is, right.
So I guess what we're seeing with the ghostly train of South Africa, it's more than just a spooky story. It's a symbol of a bygone era. It's forever tied to the dangers and hardships of the mining industry.
Absolutely. And like we were saying, it's not alone. These echoes, these phantom vehicles, they exist all over the world. I mean, think about it. A ghostly rickshaw in the crowded streets of Hong Kong, a spectral stagecoach rolling through the American West.
Right. It really does seem to be a universal human experience, this fascination with the unexplained. It transcends cultures, borders, everything.
It really does.
So I guess that leaves us with one final thought to ponder. If you were to encounter something unexplained, a sound, a sight, anything that defies logic, how would you react? How would you investigate it? What would convince you that it was real?
Yeah, good question.
It's something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
As you're out there in the world, you never know what you might encounter. Keep an open mind.
Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
All right, so ghost trains. Always a good time, right? But this one, This South African legend we're diving into today, the ghostly train. It's got a different vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like way more eerie. Maybe it's the setting.
Right.
That wide open South African veldt,
Right.
moon shining down on those empty grasslands.
Uh-huh.
Just picturing it, I'm getting chills.
It's like that emptiness itself is part of the story. Like the landscape is another character, sets the stage.
Totally. You've got these miners, travelers, passing through, sharing whispers about this ghostly train, seen it, heard it. Nobody knows for sure.
So it's like the whole landscape is full of mystery. You don't know what's out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to really get this story, you got to understand the time it came from. We're talking about South Africa's gold rush, right?
It's a huge boom. Think about it. People flooding in, all hoping to strike it rich. These mines, they were brutal, dangerous, but they built South Africa.
So we've got gold mines, danger, and a ghost train roaming the veldt. How's it all connected?
Well, think about what mining did to South Africa. It wasn't just the gold, it was everything. Landscape reshaped, communities springing up, railroads stretching everywhere.
Railroads, huh?
Absolutely, the veins of the whole operation. Moving miners, supplies, the gold itself. Trains were lifelines, but let's be real, this kind of rapid growth, it comes at a price. Lives lost, accidents, the land forever changed.
So is that what the ghost train is? Like a symbol of those chaotic times? A memory of the danger, the sacrifices?
Could be. Could be those vanished tracks folks talk about. Maybe they're the mines shutting down, that way of life gone. The train itself. Maybe it's the miners, their memories, lingering.
And here's the thing. It's not just miners telling this tale. It's woven into Afrikaner families, passed down for generations.
Right. And to understand that, you got to understand Afrikaners, they've got this long, complicated history in South Africa. Early European settlers facing conflict, fighting wars, like the Boer Wars, battling the British Empire, shaped their whole worldview.
So you're saying their history, their hardships, their connection to the land, it's all baked into the legend.
Exactly. The ghost train could be like a symbol of their journey, their past, the sacrifices they made to build this nation.
Okay, let's break down the story itself. This train, people say, just appears then vanishes, like a flash. Full moon, that's when you see it, right? What's that all about?
Makes it a good story, that's for sure. But yeah, there's probably some deeper meaning there. Maybe it's about life being unpredictable, time slipping away. And that full moon, that adds this supernatural vibe, like something beyond our understanding.
So more than just a spooky tale, it's about history, loss, how stories get passed on, keep that past alive.
Makes you think, what are the ghostly trains in our own lives, right?
Yeah.
Those echoes of the past, personal, cultural, whatever shaped us. What are the stories we carry, the history we inherit? What do they tell us about our own journeys? Our values. It's something to think about.
Comment, subscribe, and share this video.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Deep Dive. And tonight we are going to do something a little different.
Yeah.
A bit spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at a ghost story. But through the lens of history and cultural memory.
Yeah.
And specifically looking at Afrikaner history.
Right.
How important stories like this are,
Yeah.
especially for Afrikaner people, in keeping their history and culture alive.
Right.
So this isn't just spooky fun.
No.
This is a thread connecting generations.
It is. It's a way to keep those memories alive. It is.
Like it's all tied together.
And it makes you wonder, what were the real dangers
Yeah.
that those miners faced every day?
Yeah, like what were they?
Because we have the ghost train,
Yeah.
but then what were the things that they actually had to worry about?
Like were there real train crashes? Were there,
Mhm.
were there, bandits or,
Yeah, or cave-ins.
bait-ins? Yeah.
Disease.
Yeah, all of these things.
All these very real dangers.
Right. And it's almost as if the ghost train is like a manifestation
Yeah, embodies all of that.
of all those fears
Yeah.
and dangers.
Right.
It's like a reminder of the hardships that people endured
Yeah.
and the lives that were lost.
Yeah, a very powerful symbol.
Really is.
And that's that kind of thing that I think is so important to preserve in terms of Afrikaner history.
Yeah.
It's not just about dates and facts.
Ah.
It's about these stories,
Mhm.
these memories
Yeah.
that really capture the essence of what it meant to be
Yeah.
an Afrikaner during that time.
And I love that you said it's not just about the dates and facts.
Yeah.
Because it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's these stories,
Yeah.
even the spooky ones, that really like help us,
Keep that emotional connection.
keep that emotional connection to the past.
Yeah.
Like it makes it real.
Exactly.
It makes it tangible.
Yeah, you can really feel what they were going through
Yeah.
by hearing these stories.
And I think that that's something that is so important
Yeah.
for Afrikaner people in particular.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of pressure to assimilate,
Yeah.
to kind of lose.
Yeah, to let go of the past.
Yeah, to let go of the past.
Yeah.
And to kind of move on.
And to blend in.
Yeah, and to blend in
Yeah.
and to kind of become
Something new.
something new. Yeah, and I think that there's a danger there.
Well, there's a danger of losing that unique identity
Exactly.
that Afrikaners have. Their language, their culture, their history.
Yeah,
It's all precious and it's something that needs to be preserved.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I think these stories,
Yeah.
they're almost like a way of saying,
This is who we are.
this is who we are.
This is where we come from.
This is where we came from.
And this is what we've endured.
Yeah, and that's worth.
And we're not going to forget it.
Yeah, we're not going to forget it.
Yeah.
And it makes me think about storytelling in general,
Yeah.
across all cultures.
Mm-hmm.
Like how important it is to,
It's a universal human need
yeah,
to tell stories.
to tell stories and to share our experiences.
Yeah.
Because that's how we make sense of the world.
Mhm.
That's how we connect with each other.
Yeah.
And that's how we ensure that our past isn't forgotten.
Exactly.
It's so powerful.
Yeah.
So if we could leave our listeners with one thing to think about,
Yeah.
what would it be?
I think it would be this. What story from your own family history
Okay.
do you feel is essential to pass down?
Hmm.
It makes it so powerful
Yeah.
because even these seemingly simple tales
Yeah.
can carry so much meaning and
Hmm.
connect us to our roots.
Our roots, absolutely.
Yeah.
So tonight we've journeyed into the heart of Afrikaner history
Yeah.
through a ghost story,
A spooky one.
a spooky one. But we've discovered that even the spookiest tales
Yeah.
can illuminate a culture's past
They can.
and offer a glimpse into the human experience.
Absolutely.
And it's a reminder
Yeah.
that history isn't just found in museums or
Yeah.
textbooks,
Wow.
but it's woven into the fabric of our stories,
Our traditions.
and our very being.
Yeah.
And I think that's beautiful.
It is. It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
And even a ghost story can hold valuable pieces of the past
Absolutely.
and remind us that our connection
Yeah.
to those who came before us
Mm.
is stronger than we might realize.
I think that's a perfect note to end on.
I agree.
So thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
See you then.
Mzansi Storytime. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.